Cybersecurity and the consequences of a cyber attack are on everybody's mind. From government agencies to large public sector organisations through to the private sector. Assume a successful cyber attack happens. How quickly can you get back up and running? How will you do it? What are your mechanisms? Most people have heard of the WannaCry ransomware attack that affected more than 200,000 computers across 150 countries. It is estimated that the total damage incurred ranged from hundreds of millions to billions of dollars. Just one example of an attack with serious consequences. But did you know that last year, the global median dwell time, which is the time it takes for a cyber attack to be spotted, was 78 days. At QinetiQ, we listen to our customers' concerns. I want to understand my risk of cyber attack and loss of data. I don't know what I've got, let alone how to secure it. Ultimately, I am not interested in cyber tools or services, I just want security. There is a growing realization across the market and government that cyber attacks will occur and will result in operational, financial, and even public safety issues. This realization is driving national strategy, regulation, and policy to build a more resilient digital environment. Let's look in more detail at what's driving the need for digital resilience. Since the dot-com boom, organisations and government agencies have increasingly adopted digital systems to support critical business processes. With the move towards things such as e-commerce, digital banking, cloud computing, and wider digital transformation. A rapidly changing technology landscape is increasing the adoption of digital systems as technology becomes more responsive and more reliable, with recent global changes including the Internet of Things, 5G, and blockchain. As the move to digital continues, there is a developing arms race between attackers and defenders, with attackers able to exploit vulnerabilities in these new technologies at an alarming rate. During 2018 alone, 76% of successful attacks on organisation endpoints were zero-day, meaning that the attack method used had never been seen before. Building on this arms race, the motivations of attackers are changing, with a significant move away from random attacks to targeted, sophisticated cyber campaigns, often carried out over long periods of time by state-sponsored agencies or organised crime, and often aiming to disrupt public safety or make financial gain. So, how do you close the gap between this growing threat and security to become more resilient? At QinetiQ, we believe that by addressing 5 key themes, you can move towards being more resilient in the digital era. First, organisations need to recognise that there are a number of simple things that can be done to improve their security maturity, including implementing password and account policies, as well as patching systems against known vulnerabilities. Everyone in a security role knows this, but the basics need to be executed with excellence in a consistent manner. Whilst this is a good start, organisations should operate under the assumption that cyber attacks will cause or are already causing significant disruption. You will very likely get compromised in some way, or you may already be compromised and not realise it. Thus, simply buying more and more technology for defence purposes is not the answer. Senior leaders must decide how and where to invest effort and money to detect and minimise the impact of a cybersecurity event in an effort to maintain their operations. They should also have plans and processes in place to accelerate the rate of recovery to disruption when an attack happens and to prevent its spread. Finally, organisations need to fully understand their use of digital platforms, in particular where and how critical business assets are stored and processed, and the risks associated with these. so that appropriate controls and mechanisms can be put in place to minimize disruption and detect potential attacks. By closing the gap between security and threat, you become more resilient. As a partner, we measure and build the confidence in your resilience to digital attacks and constantly test this confidence. QinetiQ offers a number of services to support you in your digital resilience journey. Cyber Security Advisory. We work with your senior leaders to understand the threats you face and the business impact of those threats. We then advise on the best course of action to reduce the business impact and increase confidence in your digital platform's resilience to cyber attacks. Security testing. To test your organization's digital resilience, we simulate real-world scenarios that emulate the attack methods from threat actors. This is the acid test of your cybersecurity defenses. Cyber security exercising. We provide the planning, preparation and execution of incredibly realistic cybersecurity exercises to increase your team's awareness, skills and knowledge of your response plans. We help you become confident that you can effectively respond when the worst happens. Accelerated solutions and decision support. We deliver interventions rapidly to enable your cybersecurity capability to evolve quickly to changing threats and opportunities. Pace is achieved through a consortium approach with our partners network. Security transformation and fix support. We engage with you across a broad range of digital transformation programs. We advise on the best approaches to security architecture and provide hands-on expertise to help you configure and extract value for money from security products and technologies. Cybersecurity monitoring and security technology management. We help protect your digital systems from malicious activity. We look for and identify potential security breaches, highlighting these to you for containment and resolution. We can also help you actively manage your security technologies to increase their effectiveness and enrich the quality of received security data, improving the quality of your monitoring service. Advanced threat hunting and detection. This allows us to provide a much deeper insight into the threats and attacks occurring within your organization. We apply our knowledge of threat actors and their tools, tactics and procedures to proactively hunt for threats across your organization. Incident response. We ensure that you are prepared and able to respond quickly and efficiently in the most critical hours of a security incident, so that response times are accelerated and the impact and cost of a data breach are reduced. We recognize, however, that the journey to digital resilience requires more than just these services. So QinetiQ has developed an ecosystem of partners who can provide expert advice to help you mature and become more resilient. We exist to make our clients secure. Let us become your digital resilience partner.